Welcome back to RimWorld, where the Geneva Convention has absolutely no power. Yesterday, we spent almost all of the episode trying to build a radiation kill box. I did a lot of testing in another save that I've got, and to be honest, I can't explain it. Some kill box designs work, particularly much shorter ones than this one. Some didn't work at all. Some people in the comment section suggest it's because it's outdoors, when if you look there, it actually does count as a room. It could be something to do with these doors. Somebody in the comment section suggested try using the locks to allow raiders through. That didn't work either. It's just a complete... I don't know what causes it. To be completely honest, I don't know what causes it at all. But we are going to press on regardless. We are going to take apart the radiation kill box, and we are going to try an antimatter kill box instead. This is going to get very overpowered, as you can imagine, so I will be increasing, if it works. Let's put it this way. If it works, I'm going to turn up the difficulty massively to make up for the fact that we have an antimatter kill box. I've started to tidy things up a little bit, kind of add a little bit of, quite literally smooth off the edges in some regard. I'm sick of the base just being big old rectangles, so I want to try and tidy it up, make it look a bit more, penile? No. But besides that, I don't want to go too heavy on the kill box, because I will admit the kill box is getting a little bit easy. Bear in mind we haven't even touched Rim Atomics. I might not touch Rim Atomics this series. Bear in mind we've done it in 2 previous series and we've already got so much to look at this time around that sinking a lot of time into another mod might not be advisable. Now, on the subject of that, there was quite a heavily upvoted comment on yesterday's episode that said something like, Mr. Streamer, you're a massive idiot. Why are you not using GlitterNet to increase the research speed? Otherwise, you're going to be here forever. Simple answer to that is with everything we've got going on right now, we're at 838% research speed factor. I feel like adding any more to that is going to undermine the entire experience. So, right now, a 30,000 research is closer to what? What's that, like 4,000, actually? If it was just base game RimWorld with none of the bonuses. Obviously, it's not going to be quite the same as looking at it like that, but just don't worry about the research too much. If we get round to GlitterNet, we will. But again, we've got so much to see here. I'm not going to min-max things too massively, because if we min-max things like having the most optimal crafting stations, having the most optimal research stations, we're going to be unstoppable. This is already a pretty OP mod pack. I don't want to over-optimize things. It was just why I'm building horrible, horrible radiation kill boxes that didn't even work. Let's pull the whole thing apart. On the plus side, we get a lot of hyperalloy back. Now, what I was thinking as well, I feel like RoboDaddy could do with some R&R. You know, I figured he could do with, perhaps, some better living quarters, because right now, he is quite literally just sleeping on a bamboo bed, like some sort of caveman. So instead, we're going to use that hyperalloy. And this is the height of decadence. We're never going to beat this in any other series, unless maybe we do like a glitter, the actual glitter tech mod, where you add the beta alloys or whatever they're called. We are going to build him a, hopefully, full hyper alloy bedroom, because I figured that's just extreme decadence. Like I said, it's 180 hyperalloy per go. Oh, we've got 1,200. Okay, suddenly I'm not so worried. Let's go ahead and quickly set that up, and then we'll get back on with business. Now, we are slowly working into the Science Never Stops mod. Cosmic Acquisition and Cosmic Energy are coming up next. Those, I have a feeling, are going to be horribly overpowered. So if you want me to do anything specific after that, more than happy to do so, because I can't imagine we're going to run out of resources or research time or anything at that point. So we'll see how that goes. All right, let's get all of this stuff down. I wanted to build a better kitchen, too, because our kitchen was a little bit anemic last time. It didn't really do a huge amount, I will admit. We've got, like, royal tables? Is that a mod? I think that's the extra furniture mod, isn't it? We obviously don't have that this time. A hyper-alloy dining table, then. Doesn't fit. Okay. A 3x3 hyper-alloy table. There we are. I want to make a decent dining room rather than just this crap thing we've got going on right now. In terms of recreation, then, we need, of course, the Jade Billiards table. What sort of animal would I be if I didn't? That's just, those are underground power conduits, by the way. You can kind of see, obviously, the blueprint over there. That'll make it so that we can power the things in the middle of the room, because it's quite a sizable room, but it won't, obviously, show up and look hideous. Let's go for, so I want to try and build it, every item out of something extremely decadent, right? So we've already got golden chairs. Why don't we build the golden chess table? There we go. Let's put a golden chest table down. 700 gold, fucking hell. Let's go for a... What do you think, like a plasteel horseshoe pin? I feel like that's pretty much the height of decadence there. Shooting target, martial arts target, unfortunately we can't do much with those. We will go for the antimatter piano of destiny, of which we don't have enough antimatter, apparently, but we'll see about that. The hyper alloy roulette table. No, not hyper alloy roulette table. We'll go for silver roulette table, something a bit more straightforward. And then I want to save the hyper alloy for the really special thing here. A hyper alloy darts board. You have one of those in every pub in the UK, so it's not really anything particularly special, I will admit. We're going to put that. I feel like putting it by the side of the TV is just kind of rude for the people actually using the TV. Let's wait till they finish these blueprints, and then we should be able to put one, like, there. I think that makes kind of sense. And we've got the antimatter. So we've got the antimatter piano. What have I missed here? Archery table's not really on. Oh, the poker table, of course. I mean, an Athenian poker table would be pretty cool. We're making a poker table out of psychic powers or psychic artifacts. I think that's kind of fun. It kind of fits as well. This might take them a while, so give them a minute. So we've got the Athenian, we've got antimatter. I still love the idea of a hyper alloy dartboard. I will admit, the antimatter dartboard is almost as appealing. Both are obviously really, really good. And that's just going to be the greatest recreation room we've ever built in RimWorld, and we probably will ever build in RimWorld. We've used an antimatter reactor to build a fine-ass darts board. Let's go ahead and reinstall you up there so you're not in the way of the darts players. Thank you. Obviously, I've redone a few of the buildings here between episodes too. I tried to open up the lab a little bit more because it was a little bit clustered. This was just wasted space. It was quite literally just an open area. I've reinstalled all the robots down into this zone as well to try and make better use of the actual kind of factory zone there. Pretty happy with things. Yeah, I think it's looking all right. We obviously need to kind of build maybe some buildings between these, try and link the whole base up. Because if we cover this entire zone, it'll look a bit more like a mad scientist base there. Oh, wow. How much hyperalloy? We've got 700 hyperalloy. Good God. And what do they make? Masterwork? Oh, I was hoping they'd make the Masterwork J billiards table as a shout out to our previous series. Oh, that's another thing as well. He's washing himself in a wooden bathtub. Like, genuinely some Renaissance man. We need to get rid of this. What have we got here? Hygiene? I mean, an antimatter bathtub, I feel like, would fit the bill perfectly. I mean, I couldn't think of anything more appropriate. There we are. They are quite literally antimatter. And then, yeah, antimatter sink and then an antimatter... Oh, we've got a smart toilet. I don't know what that means. It kind of sounds cruel in a way. You just hear the toilet. No, not again, please. Oh, I want to get Instant Flick. Seeing as so many people are asking about my OnlyFans yesterday. Where is that? Instant Flick. There we go. So that will allow us to, funnily enough, instantly flip machines on and off, which comes in very, very handy with the power grid. Mainly because obviously we were using this to obviously manage power when we were running a little bit low. But now we can just hit a button and immediately turn them off. So if things get a little bit risky, that way we're not running a massive... We're not running the risk of a massive brownout there, so I think that'll work out pretty decently. There was another research I was supposed to get. We could start looking into the GlitterNet stuff, I guess. Again, it's another mod that I never really got around to taking a look at here. GlitterNet hubs. Yeah. You know what? I'll do this for the comment section, seeing as it was requested. But yeah, I think that's looking pretty decent. Now, one thing I have ignored a lot recently, and I will admit this, is our best boy, Wojtek, wherever the hell he is. There he is, going into the nuclear reactor graveyard. I feel like today's the day where we upgrade him. I feel like today is the day where he can finally come into his own. So what we're going to do is start off very simple, just so we can get a feeling for how this mod works, and then upgrade from there. So, again, the way it's been described to me is we start big and work down. So let's make him an architect leg. Let's make him, I guess, an architect foot module after that. Assuming such a thing even exists. Fingers, I don't have to do, oh my god, do I have to do each fucking toe? Really? I hate the idea of a polar bear having one leg with human toes on it. That's not okay. You know what? Let's just start with the leg and the foot. I'll make a toe. Sure, why not? A range platform module, I assume, goes into anything. So we'll get one of those. And then the final thing we need is a weapon for him. So we've got an Arcotech charge rifle, a charge lance, or what is that one? It's CLB. What is a CLB? Weaponized arm built by Arcotech. Mounted charge... Oh, it also has a mounted modified charge lance weapon. Has half the stats of more warm-up. But it can do burst shot. I see, okay. So that's kind of the halfway point between your charge rifle and your charge lance, I would assume. So a bit more fast firing, bit more accurate, bit more damage. Okay. In that case, why don't we give him... I love the idea of just giving him a charge rifle on one leg and then a charge lance on the other. Now, I'm right in thinking that Wojtek has 4 legs rather than them counting the front 2 legs as arms. How do I see parts of polar bear? I'm just going to type in arm, and if we can't install... We can install a farmer AI. Farmer Wojtek. Carry him. Carry him home, Arbot. Do it. Upgrade my son. Is that Robo Mummy doing it? Installing farmer AI. Oh, that's so good. This is the greatest thing we've ever done in RimWorld. Mark my words. There he is. Come on. You've got to succeed with this. You cannot fail. What's her medical skill? She's doing quite literally brain surgery on a polar bear with 14 medical. I'm not massively confident that this will succeed. She actually did succeed and she gained a level for it. Oh, that's so good. He does have a slight complication. Probably, I would assume, if I had to guess, it's the fact that he's a fucking polar bear. Let's get Robo Daddy to tend to him then. Just because he is a much better doctor. 20.28. So let's get him tending to him instead. Make sure those complications are tidied up. There we are, 100% 10 quality. Wow. You know we've got to rename him now, right? You know we've got to rename him. What is it? It's under like the training tab or something strange. Can I add Farmer? Farmer Void. One thing that also occurred to me earlier when I was kind of reinstalling parts of the base, we've got 3 batteries. And not impressive batteries too. 3 regular base game RimWorld batteries to serve 7 nuclear power plants and an antimatter reactor. So I feel like this is got to be... We need to upgrade our power net to some extent, because this is a bit depressing, isn't it? We've got a 4K battery. That's high resolution. Let's get some of those boys down. I'll put them kind of clustered in between the reactors. I think that's... I was going to say the safest bet, but I feel like none of what we've got going on right now is a safe anything. Let's do something like that. We're going to lose a little bit of space there. Is that enough? We'll start with that and we'll see how it goes. We'll start work on the new antimatter reactor specifically for using as a weapon more than anything else, but we could use a bit more power in the grid armor. We've only got 17,000 excess, and we're about to get research that will just have a ridiculous amount of energy usage. I don't think we'll be able to run any of that cosmic stuff quite yet. So we want to go into antimatter. Let's put down the... So I assume the antimatter stream coming out of the right-hand side would be the most optimal one to use as a weapon, right? So this one's an antimatter injector, and then this one is the power output. So I assume that one is maybe again, the most optimal one to use there. I'll admit, I'm not a big fan of that being so jutted out. Although I assume, I mean, the power's still going to act the same, right? So we need to remove that there, and then we'll put one on this side. And that should work fine. I can't see any reason why that would have any issues. Got 17 hours. We might just be able to pull this off before the time the enemies get here. How's the base coming along then? Oh, I also put down an antimatter composite hot tub, because I thought that was... You know, I just thought that was the polite thing to do, really. Let's go ahead and get down some... Excuse me. Let's go ahead and get down some piping to that. And then Robo Daddy and Robo Mummy can have a nice evening in the antimatter hot tub. Recreation room, unbelievably impressive. This single room's wealth is more than we've had in some colonies. That's utterly unreal. Let's quickly go to the history tab. Fuck. We're going to get wiped out. We are going to get absolutely annihilated. All it's going to take is 1 drop pod raid and we're basically done. I need to be very careful with that. I think we'll start working on it as our next big project after this thing is dealt with. We'll start building some defenses across the entire map. Maybe putting down a load of these thunder guns. Just kind of dotting them around the entire base. Maybe even putting them inside some of these rooms to defend the... Just putting maybe one on each side of this one. Putting a couple in the center of this room. Otherwise, our people don't stand a chance. I mean, if we get drop pod raids coming straight down through the rec room now, we're screwed. Like, we've got no defenses to handle that. Until Wojtek gets his minigun, that is. The dining room alone, with just these chairs and this, bear in mind, it's a tiny little room. 62,000. My god, what does the bedroom count as? 135,000. This is madness. Like, I think we might have genuinely brought down the apocalypse on us just by building this ridiculous furniture. Any art piece that gains... beauty and value equal to its quality is gonna screw us massively. You know, if they build any masterwork, hyper-alloy stuff, it's gonna shoot our colony well through the roof here. 5 hours. I don't think we're gonna get this online. Oh, that's... Wait, you don't need a reactor. You can just put that fucking thing down? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That actually works. So we can just put a big old fuck off beam there, and that's all it'll take. Really? Oh my god, it actually works. The hauling bot just got peppered. Robo Mummy just got peppered. We need to be careful of that. Bear in mind, she's quite literally got a nuclear device in her heart. We need to be very, very, very careful of that one. Oh no. Well, I guess we can see how much damage it does. Okay. Putting out 6 hours. I want to admit, that was very dangerous. That was very dangerous, but it was for science. Antimatter... Oh, it's called an annihilation injury. Wow. So we can just keep that thing there. Change the power level. Will that affect the damage, do you think? That would be insane if it did. We'll keep it on the minimum. We'll test it on enemies this time, rather than our very, very dangerous and close to exploding robot. But bear in mind, she's got the Mechanoid Hive inside her, so she'll automatically heal up. So that's why it was better to test it on her than Robo-Daddy or any of the robots, because she's, I mean, free to replace, essentially. Well, as long as she doesn't die, that is. We've got the Chaperone Mines locked up. I have a feeling that no matter what happens this raid, we're going to be fine. God, the Omnibot got fried there, too. This is cool. I didn't realize that you could just put down an injector. Is there any reason we couldn't put one of those on either side of the kill box anyway? That seems a little too strong. It seems a little bit too powerful when you weaponize it. Tomahawk camels. Where? Oh my god, what? Sorry, is that a fucking... Is that a wild pod with a rocket launcher on it? They all just took a shitload of drugs. They just went completely butt wild there. How many is that? 89 humans. We've got an elite scout drone. They've got a Kraken or something in the middle there. We've got a lot of them with shields. We've got some of them with void armor. We've got antimatter grenades going out. They look like antimatter smoke grenades, though. Well, hang on. There they were. Hang on. Whoa. I want to see that. What is it? What is that thing? There we are. Gear? Oh, they are. Those are just antimatter grenades, right? But they're in the shape of smoke grenades. Interesting. Here's what we need to do. We need to stop the robots going in. Okay, what we really need is a door there. No. Maybe put it even further down a little bit more. Now, not right now, but later on we need to stop them going into the kill box. I might set up a restricted zone for the robots so they don't just go through and get themselves zapped. Look how much damage a lot of these bots have taken. And I imagine that's purely from the laser. Goodbye, Cleaning Bot. 80? It was nice knowing you, I guess. Okay, how are we looking? I'm gonna keep the mortars off. If things get a little touch and go, then we'll unleash the mortars, but we have to see how this thing works. Oh, poor Igor. Of course, probably named after the legendary Igor Tharuk from the first ever RimWorld series. Welcome. That'd be so good if they just randomly slipped in, like, characters from YouTubers' playthroughs. You just randomly come across that. I would genuinely assume I was going insane if I saw that. You know what? That really doesn't work as well as I expected. It does a lot of damage, don't get me wrong. But Igor did just shake it off as if nothing was wrong. Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed. We'll see how it goes. Bear in mind that it looks as if, I might be mistaken in this regard, it does look as if one person blocks the rest of the beam. Right, okay, so against massive groups, it's not really going to work very effectively, is it? These steel slag chunks, though, are working a dream, because they're slowing them right down and staggering them. Okay, that's kind of cool, because it's not massively overpowered, but it is kind of fun just to watch them all get baked as they walk through. I mean, not that they need to be any more baked, judging by some of those drugs that we saw going on. Leave the mechanoids. Let's leave them locked away. I don't think we need to send them out right now. This isn't a life or death situation. It's just a regular old raid where I have a feeling we're gonna pretty much annihilate them. Are you on hold fire? You don't need to be on hold fire anymore. Go crazy. Or not. Why is it not firing? Okay, that's off of hold fire. Can fire in. Toggle auto attack. Ah, there we go. Goodbye. Or not. I don't think it's actually going to be able to fire in time, is it? Oh, it might hit that drone back there, to be fair. Yeah. Oh my god, it destroyed the walls. Wow, that's kind of a surprise that it will destroy the hyperalloy. Although, to be fair, that is from the same mod, of course, so that will make some sense. You know what? You're good. Thank you. You've served your duty amicably. Please don't destroy my walls anymore, for Christ's sake. Look at this. I've accidentally made a kill box, and I didn't mean to do that. Like an actual staggering kill box rather than just this thing. Why don't I open this wall right up? You know, add a little bit more difficulty back into things. I said I wasn't going to be able to kill box this series, which someone reminded me of. I forgot that I actually said that. So I'm more than happy to remove it. I'll leave it down to a vote for you comment section. You can decide whether or not this is too much of an easy babby mode. And now they're just going to get absolutely singed on the way out. Although it counts as burn damage, I would assume. No, it counts as annihilation damage, doesn't it? Bleeding, pain, okay, yeah. Unfortunately not. Overall, a little disappointing. I'm happy to keep it there, but I do think we should give the enemies a bit more of a fighting chance right now. We're not really giving our turrets even a chance to fight. Like, we've built these crazy antimatter turrets, and with the setup that we've got, they're never going to be useful. So why don't we instead cancel out of the kill box to some extent. Just have a kind of very heavily defended main entrance, and then we'll close the rest of this stuff up. Or in fact, what we'll do is we'll just close the doors on it. That way, if we ever want to do more killbox based experiments, we can mess around with that. But yeah, it doesn't really do enough damage to make it worthwhile, does it? And I imagine the whole point of that is so that if you build an antimatter reactor and one of your pawns walks in front of it, they don't just get immediately immediately annoyed, destroyed, right? We've got 52% immunity. We've got 45% on the complication. I think Wojtek's going to be okay. Obviously not recommended that you install farmer brains into your polar bears. We do have the architect leg, though. That's a great start. So I've actually split the jobs over because it turns out one of our crafting bots, one of our higher tier crafting bots, can also, I assume it's a crafter level 3 then, can also work on that. That seems a strange choice that it's crafting level 15, yeah, and they've got 16 crafting. 15 crafting to make Archotech limb seems a little odd to me. So let's see how this works then. So we've also got Archotech jaw, Archotech femurs, we've also got an Archotech brain. Just, she doesn't have anything in the brain. That's gotta be an upgrade for a robot, huh? Okay, why not? And then Architect leg, Architect jaw, Architect femur. Although rather than the femur, we want to make a femur module. I assume and make a leg with a femur module attached to it. We'll do that for the time being. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the Alloy Fusion Machine down to medium. I might even drop them down to low power. Bear in mind that we've got 860 hyperalloy ingots in storage right now doing nothing. And it is using up a lot of gold and a lot of uranium. And we're basically just generating more and more colony wealth. I might even drop it down to the lowest. So that does 100% speed. That one does 200. That one I assume does... Oh, 400, right. So we're going to have it run at quarter speed to what it was previously. But we should save, obviously, not only power, but we will also save a shitload of resources. And we won't build up too much colony wealth too fast. How's she doing with her operation? ER bot's on it. I trust you, ER bot. And we've got a state-of-the-art hospital here. It's a shame it's a fucking dump, to be honest with you. Good God. Oh, there we are. Preparing system. Oh, cool. Right. So now we've got a left femur module slot, left tibia module slot, and a left foot module slot. So now we install the foot module into that. And then, see, I don't know if the modules unlock more modules. So if we install a foot module slot, whether that will give us toe module slots, or whether or not you just get that from installing the foot sans module. Does that make sense? It's a weird system, I know. It obviously allows for some crazy customization, though, if you want some people doing combat, some people doing utility. I'm sorry, I've got to ask, what the fuck is that? What is that? Where does it come from? And more importantly, why is it shooting my robots? Oh, wait. Did we take apart a drone and it immediately... What? We've got a turret in our base that we can't do anything about because we have nothing capable of combat. Okay, so when Rubber Mummy wakes up, we'll send her in to deal with that. When we need to craft her a weapon, of course I can't get to the fucking crafting room. You son of a bitch, I can't believe you do that. Have we got any weapons lying around that they haven't been smelted down yet? They are all gone. We are way too efficient on our recycling system here. Okay, we'll just have to send her into fist fight a mini turret. I can't believe that. Where the hell has it come from? The Archotech brain was a success, we just weren't told. And she's also got the Architect jaw as well. Holy shit. We have a full-blown Archotech waifu, good God. The only issue is, if she gets shot by that turret, maybe shot in the head, dies instantly, she's going to nuke our base. So we need to be very, very careful about how we handle this. I wish I had some armor to give to her, but we haven't really unlocked anything yet to... I mean, there's some of that crazy cosmic armor, cosmic weaponry. There was antimatter weaponry, was there not? Antimatter railgun? It's like antimatter... Ah, short range and long range weaponry. Ah, shit. Right, and then there were melee weapons as well. Yeah, antimatter melee weapons. I like the idea of her using some fancy swords. There we go. No longer incapable of walking. Let's go and deal with this turret. I'm hoping she could just punch it to death. Melee attack it. Get in there. Fucking turret. Oh! Cosmic Acquisition is finished. Okay, we've got to look at that in a minute, but this is one of the mods, the other mods, along with obviously Antimatter Annihilation, that I'm really excited to look at, because this mod adds some crazy amount of shit. Really crazy endgame stuff that I'm excited to see, really... Oh, is that out of ammo right now? I don't know what that's supposed to imply, but we'll go and give it a bit of a punch. I imagine it'll blow up the room as well. Instant flick is finished. Okay, great. Using the PowerNet console, send a signal directly through the power lines to instantly turn machines on or off. Fantastic news. I mean, maybe run, but it's probably not such a big deal, I'll be honest. Wow. Really? That did that much damage. Holy shit. One thing I haven't checked in a while. How's our Flake Empire coming along? 677 Psychoid leaves. And you have the ability to... Oh, it's you that makes it. Right. Okay, I never actually finished setting this one up so it could grab ingredients. So what we need to put down on this one then is some cooled storage units, IO fridge ports, just to be able to drag the drugs out. We'll put down 5 for the time being, or 6 even. I'll customize those in a second. right now, we've got to see what this cosmic power thing is. So, I assume that's under production. Oh, there it is. Look, Cosmic Forge. Oh, it's tiny. The fuck? The Cosmic Forge collects cosmic matter from the eternal planes without input. Oh, of course, yeah. Can weave it into gold and plasteel to form a cosmic alloy. Is this maybe stronger than our... What was the other alloy called that we were making? Do you remember? It might be stronger than our hyper alloy. I mean, we'll have to give this a go. I can't believe it's that small. I will admit... Very funny. I will admit, I assumed it was going to be larger than that. But hey, size is not everything. It's about the alloy that shoots out of the end of it. Oh, God. Cosmic Forge can gather cosmic energies from the other planes. 10 components. No advanced components. Nothing particularly complicated. I mean, plasteel is basically the hype there. We've got 10,000 silver from Butworth. I'm still investing into the settlements for those 3, if you're wondering what's going on with those. I laugh. We're out of components. Brother? What's going on with my components, brother? What are we out of? 1,000 steel. Did I only set it to... Ah. Yeah, you're right. That would be an issue, wouldn't it? Oh, no, that makes it no better. Okay, let's try that. Oh, look, it's working all of a sudden. What a moron. Oh, we do already have Psychoid leaves. I don't know how I missed that. Wait, was it already working on it? Oh, maybe the harvest just came in? I have no idea. Well, it's there now, and Yayo is being produced. So how much Yayo have we got? Where do I see that? It's like pharmaceuticals, right? That's Yayo. 955 of it. I see. I see. Very good. You know what we need? We need a vault made of gold filled with drugs. And we need it behind his bedroom. Get on it. The Cosmic Forge seems actually fairly straightforward. It makes cosmic alloys out of 70 gold and 25 plasteel. You can then use 5 cosmic alloys to the previous tier to make cosmic weave, and then you make 10 cosmic... Make cosmic alloy from cosmic weave, but that requires cosmic alloys. Okay, never mind. Quite clearly they've... they might have messed something up there, because the ingredient to that is another 10 cosmic alloy. What does that do? If I were like... Oh, so I assume that is... Devil Strand, Hyperweave, Synthread style material, a fabric, and then this one is a metal, but they have written make cosmic alloy from cosmic weave. What they mean is make cosmic alloy from cosmic alloy. What? Ingredients, 10 times cosmic alloy. Products, 5 times cosmic alloy. That might be a bug. So Fate basically focus on just these. These are the 2 things that we make here. I'm hoping that isn't going to cause us any issues in the future. But we can either make Cosmic Weave or Cosmic Alloy. We'll test it. We'll test both and see if that unlocks it as a viable crafting ingredient. What I'm also doing is I'm putting it on a recipe database, and then we'll build ourselves a separate assembler purely for cosmic alloys. I have an issue in regards to the weapons platform, because I was just building the various components here that we need for it. And it says that apparently for a range platform we need an Architect clavicle. Now a clavicle is an arm bone, if I'm not mistaken. That means that Wojtek can't get a weapon platform because he doesn't have arms. On the plus side, he's fine. His complication has disappeared. That might be an issue. We'll see if he can take a melee weapon platform. And we'll see if we can do something with that instead. But it looks as if we might not have the opportunity. Depends how flexible, really, the Xenobartic Patcher is. I might see if I can adjust the settings to some extent to allow for this. As I can't imagine it ever anticipating anything like this being used in conjunction with it. So as for the melee platform module, that requires, again, another clavicle, which is an arm module. Shit. That might be an issue. Let me see what I can do here, because I would hate for Farmer Wojtek to just be a farmer all his life and not be able to take up arms to defend what's ours. We'll give him an Archotech leg either way. I did say that we would give him one of those. Front right leg or front left leg. I guess we'll put it on the front leg in the hopes that, according to Xenobartic Patcher, some mods do treat legs as arms for the sake of for the sake of patching, and it will attempt to try and fix that. So we'll see if that's all that's necessary here. Can we not build him a medical bay or something? I feel like operating on Wojtek on the floor is just kind of offensive at this point. So we've got the choice of the Scissor Blade or the Secret Sword. The Scissor Blade does way more damage. It's 15.38 melee damage per second versus 14.56 on the Secret Sword. But this one has like 91% armor penetration versus 79. So then we'll make the Scissor Blade for our Robo Waifu. Oh no. Oh, God. Do you know how many dislikes there are going to be now because of this shit? Okay, well, we'll get that done as soon as possible. Let's also get some more lights in here because it's dark as all hell. Let's put one there as well. Very nice. Okay, the drug spot has come along very nicely. Wojtek is currently getting his Archotech surgery. Now we'll find out for definite whether or not he can have the weapon module. If not, I could always see what I can do between episodes. Because it'd be a real shame not to now have Wojtek with his minigun after all this effort we've gone to here. Front right paw module slot. Front right paw module slot. What can we install in a front right paw module slot? That's the question. Hey, maybe it'll work. Maybe it actually will work. Oh, so it was a material. Look at that. Cosmic Weave. Right, got it. Oh, I also installed the furniture mod. Kind of forgot to mention that. Right, let's go ahead and get rid of these then. Let's build them in an actual lounge worthy of Robo Daddy. How much Hyperweave have we got? That doesn't really answer my question. Hang on a second. 166. Ugh. I guess I'll build it just out of... What's this one? Linen cloth. Strong light and... soft light and strong. 1,200 of that one. Alright, fair enough. Here we go. At long last, a weapon worthy of Robo Mummy. Or not. Or not. Unless one of the robots grabbed it, maybe, without me realizing. Are you fucking kidding me? You telling me I just let him stand there for the best part of 2 days crafting a weapon that disappeared the second I built the fucking thing? Okay, I guess we'll build a secret sword instead then. 35,000 work. And how much was this one? 40,000 work. Gone. Oh, fuck off. Should I just dev mode one in? Because that seems a little bit... That seems a little bit anus. Feast your eyes upon it. So, it's been kind of slow going today. But we have, again, only one raid, which is pretty rare. But it's been a lot of working on kind of small background stuff, trying to grow enough medicine so that we can actually get on with crafting real medicine. So I'm started working on some heal root there. We've got the recreation done. We've got a weapon for Robo Mummy at long last, so we can test that out. We tested the antimatter kill box, a little bit disappointing, I think we can all admit. But more importantly, the real star of the show, the golden boy himself, if I could fucking find the damn thing. Wojtek? Oh, there he is, under the giant colossus. Farmer Wojtek himself, I did just give another Archotech leg. So we now have a double Archotech up farmer based. Oh, I also gave him an endoskeleton stimulator. Sorry, I forgot to mention that one too. So he's now even faster. My god, this thing's gonna run like a cheetah. I mean, just that image alone, a polar bear running at you with the speed of a car is pretty fucking frightening. They can already cover some ground, so that's pretty insane. And to celebrate, cigarillos. Some cigarillos for little Wojtek. One thing that we did get done that I actually haven't obviously begun installing anything yet is the Glitternet stuff. So we've got down the hub, the processor, the workspeed integrators. I need to know how this mod works. So I'll be looking up some guides in between episodes, seeing how we can implement this, because this is a mod that I've never really used previously, that everybody keeps telling me I need to use. So I will have a look at how that works. We'll try and get that integrated for tomorrow. We need a new big, frightening research project, don't we? Maybe tomorrow is the day we finally get around to fully upgrading Robo Mummy, making a full-blown Archotech. The goal of the series should be have no kill box, just a deadly fucking robot. One deadly robot with her pet polar bear with a minigun strapped to it. Perfect. Art. Thank you all for watching. It is, at the time of recording, well, technically announced the second, but it was the first of the month. So, it means that the Patreon lists are, of course, in the process of being updating. However, I will go and finish off the last of last month's list. A big thank you goes out to Arctic, Siphon, Wengun, Ciala, Scorched, Sarabi, Oliver, Harik, Wilson and Tef, Goatfather, Caden Carter, Angelo, Tyler Kendall, Under the Couch, Bobka, and of course everyone else at the insane tier levels on Patreon. Big thank you to everybody, of course, for continuing on their pledge for another month. You have made the channel possible this month, especially when things for me have been, especially at the start of the month, very distracting, given house-related woes. So thank you guys once again for your support over there. And of course, a thank you as well goes out to Derek F, Llewellyn Thomas, Smirtworm, Rob Girth, Sporelli, Demon, Sir Thor the Swede, Fat Joe as a Toe, Peanut Gorilla, Jeebus Crust, Dion, Live Forever Pod, Luciola, Tempeh, Nick, Shlomo, Demon X Jester, Adrian Ellison, Genji Zerka, Kane GB, and everyone else over at Patreon, again, for your month of support. Much appreciated. Hopefully this month we can get back on with our regular scheduled content when my new graphics card is hopefully fixed and returned to me.